Donald Trump is effectively using a form of economic warfare, let's call it that, to try and say to the British government, if you want these tariffs reduced from 10%, you're going to have to allow us to trade our chicken and our beef in your market. We're not tied to the EU anymore. We can set our own food standards. So what do you want? There's an argument that says, let the market decide. You walk into your shop and you see a range of chickens wrapped up nicely for you. There are the chlorinated ones, stamped chlorinated. They're from Kentucky. I don't know. Seems appropriate. They've been imported from Kentucky, and they're chlorinated washed, and they are £1.65. And next to it are the ones from Chester. I don't know. And they are £2.30, but not washed in chlorine. What are you going to choose to have? Frank's in Addiscombe. Frank.
Well, I just want you to stop going on about the cost of living going up so we can have the substandard chicken from America. We don't need American chicken. We have our own industry here. Once we start bringing that in, all I know is that I would never trust anything from America. I mean, I don't even like their Harleys or their American vehicles. I mean, you mentioned something about Trump when he went to Germany. He said, why didn't we have, American vehicles here? Well, because the German cars are far better. That's why people go for them.
But that's great.
Also,
well, then why have a tariff on it? If they're better, if it's better, why not let people decide?
Well, people have decided because they haven't bought any American cars. How many American cars do you see in England? There's not a lot of
Teslas.
them.
They're made in Germany, but a lot of them anyway.
Yeah, but they're
an American car. They're an American brand.
Yes, but Tesla's going down now, so people are not looking to buy that now.
Its share price is going down.
Right, but look, I wouldn't waste my money on an American car, and I wouldn't waste my money on.
That's your choice, friend. That's fantastic.
Cheap chicken.
Good on you. That's fantastic. To the person who wants to be able to afford a roast chicken for their family during cost of living crisis and might buy a chlorinated chicken imported from America rather than a very expensive organic one, what would you say to them? Can't have it because.
All I would say to them is, don't buy it. Think, because you can't trust. You can't trust anything from America. You can't trust their poetry.
You can't trust their poetry?
You just said it. Not their poetry, you know what I mean. No. Not poetry, I meant... sorry, my mind's gone blank.
Their poultry?
Poultry, that's the correct word. Thank you for correcting me.
I'm not correcting you, Frank. I didn't know where poetry was coming into it, but there is poetry and poultry, my friend. Thank you.
The argument about, the guy, Mr. Jack the Lad, who said that it's cheaper to buy food in America. Yeah, well, I've got a whole list here. It's pretty up to date of prices. Do you want a little rundown?
Hit me with it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it in dollars, all right, make it easier. Well, I'll do it in pounds then. Yeah. Okay. A McDonald's McDill meal in the US, $8.42. In the UK, $7.50. Yeah.
Sorry, a McDonald's a McDeal meal?
Yeah.
Yep.
$8.42 in America, £7.50 in the UK.
Yep.
All right. And then you get down to the nitty gritty loaf of white bread, yep. USA $2.78, UK $1.23. Rice 1 kilogram, $3.52 in America, $1.63 here.
$3.52.
Yep. Wow. Local cheese 1 kilogram, $9.91 in America, wow. $7.19 in the UK. Oh, here we go. Chicken fillets, 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
$9.31 in the US, $6.61 in the UK. And do you know the whole list? Do you know what the most expensive thing is? Cigarettes.
There's poetry here, folks. Poetry and poultry.
I just want to quickly say, a lot of you have no problems. Here we are. Ed, the only health risk with chlorine-washed chicken is for the factory workers who produce it. Paul says the chlorine chicken issue is that our farmers aren't allowed to lower their production standards to the American level. Why would we want them to? John in Reading tried not to refer it as chlorinated chicken. Call it what it is. It's dirt cheap chicken. What do you think that would do to British farmers? And lastly, Paul Briggs says that's the most uninformed 18 minutes of radio I've ever heard in my life. Well, do stay tuned. There's still 2 hours and 38 to go, Mr. Briggs. So just hang on in there. Olga's in Fulham. Are you ready to have a chlorinated chicken Kyiv? Good morning.
No, I think, sorry, Nick, not disrespect, you don't understand the consequences. Chlorinated chicken It's not only chicken, in the whole meat industry. And Americans are fat not because they lazy, because they eat this kind of food, hormonally pumped food. And if we will transfer this to UK, we will have the same. This nation will become fat. And it's
we are fat.
Industry.
Olga, we are the fattest nation in certainly Western. I think the whole of Europe. Anyway, we're the fattest nation in Western Europe.
But not as America.
Well,
and in
all right,
America,
but we're fat already.
No, you don't understand.
I do understand. Just because a chicken has been washed in chlorine, it doesn't mean it makes you fat.
It makes, because it's hormonally pumped. It's not only chlorinated. It's hormonally pumped. These hormones will go in.
Well, how come millions of people go on holiday to Florida and elsewhere and eat it, and they don't seem to drop to the ground dead?
It's not about having it for 1 month. It's having this for life. This is a big difference.
Well, why aren't Americans keeling over dead then?
No, sorry. It's a massive problem, will be, for the UK nation.
All right, you say it's a massive problem. I don't agree. Thank you for your input.
Why does it call chlorinated chicken?
They wash it with chlorine.
Or do they? Okay. We go to a swimming pool. We drink chlorine sometimes once a week or once a month. But why is it called chlorinated chicken? It's because their standards are low. They got lots of germs on the chicken. They don't look after the chicken as well, and then they wash it with the chlorinated chicken to kill the germs.
Yeah.
That's why I understand it's called chlorinated chicken. Nothing wrong with chlorine. It's in your water as well, isn't it? When you drink from a tap.
Yes, I think it. Yes, yes, I think they do. Yes,
Cambridgeshire, I can't drink it from a tap. It tastes of chlorine.
Right.
Cambridgeshire water. But what I'm saying is, it's not healthy because the chicken, well-being of the chicken is not of the chicken.
Mark in Aberdeen says Scottish salmon is washed with chlorinated water during processing in order to sterilise it and kill any bacteria. So, if that's Mark is right, and I don't know why if you eat smoked salmon, then you've been eating it all the time.
Yeah,
there's
maybe,
no problem.
But
get over it. It'll be fine.
No, but it's a standard. It's a problem. Is the standards of the chicken. EU impose the chicken a standards how they look after.
Come on, you see how some of our chickens. You see how some of our chickens live in this country. Come on.
But Nick, I've got one idea how to. Nick, I've got one idea how to impose tariffs on United States.
Yes.
As a humans, as a nation, we should stop buying US produce. If 48% who voted for to remain in EU stop buying it, it's a 48% tariff on USA.
Jay, I don't know whether you or anybody you love or know is on medication, but there's a fair chance that those drugs will come in from the United States. So you're either going to be in acute agony or die if we don't buy American goods.
But we got a McDonald's, we got KFC. We can stop eating those products
and then put all those British people who work in those hamburger bars out of business.
Tesla, but
Pardon?
We've done it with Tesla.
I don't think many people. The idea you take the same as a McDonald's as Tesla, whereas most people can probably get a McDonald's on the weekend. They can't all buy a Tesla. Bear in mind, if you suddenly boycott McDonald's or Burger King or, I don't know, Wendy, if they exist, you're just going to put loads of people out of business here.